Welcome back to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. This is Raw is Retro. You're watching us on YouTube. Before we go, make sure to like and subscribe. Do all that sort of stuff because it helps us a lot. But we are here to talk about Raw from 1998. I am your host, Ross, and with me as ever is Lord Manny Hayes.
Yep, wheelless.
Lord Manny
Wheelless.
Hayes. 5 weeks after we put this play out in the first place. Still no wheel.
No wheel.
We'll get one by Christmas. I'll make it. It's a guarantee. I guarantee it.
Oh, the first of the guarantees.
There we go. We're here to talk about Raw from 1998, the 11th of May 1998. We're in Baltimore Arena, which surprisingly is in Baltimore, Maryland. We kick off the show with a very kind of casual looking Vince. No tie, no jacket, just a big old white shirt he's got on. Massive collar. Makes his way down to the ring. Yeah. Sunday casual Vince. He's got a day late. This is actually Raw Vince. But to make up for that is Mick Foley comes out looking very smart. Hair tied up, glasses on, suit on. Had a little bit of a shave as well.
Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's got his paper in his arms. He gives a really good kind of completely not Mick Foley promo as well to start this episode off.
The thing that annoys me the most about this is clearly a homeless person that's found a jacket, like a blazer, because he's still wearing tracksuit bottoms. He's still wearing tracksuit bottoms. He's wearing a shirt. He's now wearing a sports coat if you're an American, a blazer if you're from the UK, and he's clearly stolen everything apart the rest of the accessories to go with his look.
Yeah, he's sleeping under that Wall Street Journal. This is the kind of guy that I imagine is giving Eric and Marcus their shots. Like, just...
I mean, Marcus.
Drugstore.
This is Marcus. I think Eric has done it at a hospital, like a regular person.
Very good promo from Mick. Talks about he's a well-educated man. That he is dude love. He is a Greek. He reads Greek tragedies. He's a student of American history. He's a lover of women and a leader of men. He's the king of hardcore, and I think as Austin will find out, he is the toughest son of a bitch in the WWF.
And he is dude love.
Yeah. And then Vince announces that Briscoe will be the timekeeper. And what's Patterson doing? I can't remember what Patterson was doing.
Guest ring announcer.
Oh, of course, yeah. Definitely one of those for a man that can barely speak the language. Let him be the guest ring announcer. Excellent. And then Vince disappears. He has to go and get someone. I
think God didn't no-showed again. Because he said he introduced him and he gave him the greatest introduction, and then nothing. Yeah. Nothing. And then Vince had to go to the back, look for him, and go, oh, he's not coming out. I'm going to have to do this. And then out comes Vince in a muscle referee shirt.
Damn, look at that man. He's a big boy. Yeah, JR's fuming. There's a conspiracy and Austin can't overcome these odds. And come on, JR. Like, he's doing a good job of getting like young kids to believe this. Young, like 15-year-old Ross. But what do we get? We get Kevin Kelly. He's backstage. Sable says she's got no time for hermaphrodites tonight, which, I mean, that's not going to hit the air in 2022, is it? Not very PC, that one, but fair enough. Then we get some behind the scenes footage of the DX invasion when they're in their tank.
Oh, when they went to visit CNN.
Yeah.
For the WCW officers.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine for that episode, but there's no need to relive it 3 weeks later. Like, I don't need the behind the scenes footage of this. It's a complete waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have online or the YouTube at that point, so
no, I suppose
I wonder where you were going to put that into the
show. I was wondering earlier, actually, like watching this on that point, do we, as a viewer, do we know that like Shawn Michaels is done, like he is properly done with wrestling at this point?
I
don't think it's been mentioned post WrestleMania.
I think it was more in line with the actual. You'd have to pay attention to the actual dirt sheets because the internet wrestling I don't think was as big. I think it may have been like some people saying with hearsay on forums and stuff like that back then. I never got to do that stuff.
Nah.
Internet, 56k internet, not doing that.
My place for wrestling news was WWF.com. Like that was where I went for my wrestling news.
I don't think I became very in the know till I want to say mid 2000s.
Yeah. Since I started listening to Eric and Marcus, to be honest, that's kind of when I got into the internet kind of scene of wrestling. Well, I did listen to Smart Wrestling Fan before those, and that was kind of my first
I could not get into that.
That's where I met Maurice, actually. So
I could not honestly get into that because it was too wacky.
It was very wacky. Yeah, I was working nights at a time, so the fact that I could listen to like a 4-hour wrestling podcast was fine. Like, I'd put up with the wackiness just to like kill some time during the night shift.
Yeah.
But anyway, we cut backstage. Kevin Kelly's there. He's still waiting for Austin, but Austin doesn't appear. It's Al Snow and Head.
What does everybody want?
Al Snow been around for a long, long time as well.
This is him coming straight off of ECW.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this was when Vince started like handing ECW money or whatever.
Yeah.
Because this is when you start. I think this is the start. We're leading into that part where I think Jerry Lawler starts making a lot of like ECW jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's two things about Lawler that I've always been like, I love his consistency. The fact that he hates ECW and the fact that he hates Bret Hart's family was an absolute passion for no real reason. Like, I love those two things about him. He's incredibly consistent, even to this day.
Unless someone dies, he'll be like, someone.
And he'll just stay quiet on the subject. He won't really mention it. We get our first match of the night. It's Vader versus Barry Windham. It lasts 2 minutes. Vader is far too big a star to have any sort of offense had against him by Barry Windham at this point.
Yeah, and then he gets attacked by Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob. I just love saying their names.
The NWA is still here.
It's the only interesting thing about the new Midnight Express is that their names are Bombastic Bob and Bodacious Bob.
Bodacious. There's such a fucking early 90s word. It's even like outdated in 97 or 98. Like this is, it's not with the times then, for Christ's sake. Which I suppose is what Vince was trying to go for with the whole NWA angle. Like, I
don't even think Bombastic was a thing. When did Shaggy release that?
Good. Right, I'm just going to have a quick Google.
I'm doing it. 95.
Oh my God! So we're 3 years.
He released that in 95.
3 years earlier. Jesus Christ! WWE. I suppose that's about time for them. Actually, that's like they're decent. By the time something gets into their heads, it's about 3 years later. They do have a finger on the pulse with this though. Steve Austin is in Celebrity Deathmatch.
I used to love that.
Yeah,
I really did used to love that.
It's like the one that and was it Cribs? Yeah, Cribs. MTV. Yeah. That was the only reason to watch MTV. Then they had the Osbournes and what was that? They had one more program. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, they had like 2 or 3 things to watch. Pin My Ride, that was it. The exhibit.
Pin My Ride was on MTV.
Yes. And then they tried to bring it over to the UK with Tim fucking Westwood. Austin's here. Austin is here. He's going to look for Vince. He wants answers. Yeah, spend a lot of time waiting for Austin to turn up.
I love this because I think Marcus will love this as well. Kevin Kelly just gets told to go away, and Austin steals the microphone.
Yeah, just takes it straight off him.
And then is furious that he doesn't have enough slack with the microphone because it's attached to the. Is it attached to the camera?
Yeah.
This is how old this is. It's like microphones are attached to cameras.
Yeah, wireless and Bluetooth and all that is not anywhere near a thing yet. God, my second match of the night is the Road Warrior Hawk taking on Skull in what's bound to be an absolute classic.
Yeah, because we needed this. We honestly needed this. Oh my God.
Yeah, we've got to settle this blood feud from last week.
No, we don't. I'd rather just left unresolved.
Yeah, true. I love the fact that JR says that neither Legion or DOA will face DX over the edge. Like, that's not happening. It's the Nation that are going to get a match instead.
They lost their tag team title match.
Yeah, you fucked it, lads. You completely fucked it.
And then they get fooled by Twin Magic.
Yeah, they win. Skull or 8-ball, I suppose, and gets the pin and wins the match in like 2.5 minutes. We get more DX footage. I don't need to see it. We get another Edge promo. He's in the subway. He's
annoyed.
Yeah. It's a weird character.
And then something incredible happens. Bradshaw is teaching Taka Michinoku how to drive and smoke cigars and teach him English. Incredible.
Taka always runs some people down, doesn't he, at some point?
Yeah, and then Kaientai jumps him. This is the first time they're being called Kaientai.
Kaientai, yeah. What are they called?
What are they called? Club something.
Yeah. Something incredibly racist, probably. We get another match again, which goes under 2 minutes. It's Faarooq with Blackman taking on Jarrett with Tennessee Lee. Faarooq's got some new music.
No, he's had it for a while, and it's been sick. It's been amazing.
Everything's sort of changing a little bit. Like the Nation have got a new music now with the Rocks kind of know your role at the start of it, and yeah, I like this.
Then even Owen's got his bit in front of that Nation music.
Yeah, it's a very weird time for the Nation. I don't think they're going to last much longer, are they? What, probably 3 or 4 months, and then they're done.
Yeah, I think so. I think we get up to SummerSlam, and then I think they start going their own ways.
Yeah, because Survivor Series Rock turns to become part of the corporation, so yeah, it must be the summer. They're done by the summer, which means we get Godfather as well, probably, and a repackaged D'Lo with his bulletproof vest on.
Oh no, he was in the Nation with the bulletproof vest.
Oh, was he? Oh, at the minute he's still got his proper Faarooq gear. He's got like a mini Faarooq outfit on. Faarooq wins. No, it's DQ, isn't it? He hit the Dominator, and I stopped watching because I assumed it was a win, but no, it was a DQ finish, obviously. Karma and Marc had Henry attack Jarrett. It just kind of all breaks down again. Blackman's got his nunchucks out, and
Jarrett whacks him with it.
We get another ad for the Briscoe Brothers, auto shop. It's the best kind of free advertising they're ever going to get. Look at this.
They must have got loads of business from wrestling fans.
Absolutely, yeah. Like it's just the biggest watched sports entertainment show in the world. I think they said last week. So
yeah, well, they were getting 7 to 9 million people watching at this point.
Yeah, like just a small percentage of that goes to that auto shop. They're making so much money off of it.
Yeah.
Now Austin comes out to the ring. You can't find Vince. Vince appears. He's still got his ref shirt on. Yeah, they don't really. They give us in the old "speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil" stance, which is quite cool. Yeah, not really much happens.
He's going to be in a tag match with a mystery opponent.
Yeah, I wonder who it could be. And we get Sable doing some stretching, and she's getting ready to face Marc Mero in the war zone. And then another Val Venis promo, which is the last one. He will be here next week. Val Venis he's finally coming. That's the end of Raw is War. We will enter the war zone now with our first match being Sable taking on Marc Mero. It's not a match. It's a showdown. Lawler reuses a joke that he used last week about the Viagra. He says he took some Viagra before this match, but he got stuck in my throat, and now I've got a stiff neck. He's used that 2 weeks in a row. He used it with Sunny last week and Sable this week.
It's weird because I didn't find this funny when he said it. When he said this, yeah, I found it funny when Michael Caine said it in Gold Member.
She kicks Mero in the balls, gives him a Sable bomb. Marc doesn't sell it at all.
Well, he did try to TKO her as well.
True, yeah, fair enough. Next thing we know, Undertaker's appeared at the announce table.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Lawler was running. Lawler, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Paul. It wasn't me.
To be fair, anything. I mean, it wasn't him.
He did it.
He was laughing about it, but it was Paul.
He was egging Paul on for more information.
Yeah, true.
You're guilty by association.
But yeah, he gets him up for the tombstone. The lights go out. Kane and Bearer, obviously. Says he'll prove once and for all that he is Kane's father next week. And then the corner set on fire. And that's how it's taking just Tombstone's Lawler anyway. Because why not?
Yeah.
Like, you already got him there. Might as well do it.
This is the beginning of like this whole night. I think JR was complaining all night because they hadn't been given like essentially like a rundown of what's going on the show, and then like Lawler's been taken out. Yeah. So at some point in the next few
so
like
the next segment basically, yeah.
Cornette's added to the desk, and then he continues to complain. Cornette did a good job on this, but he continued to complain that they don't know what's going on this show because they haven't got a rundown. We don't know what matches are supposed to be happening or what's going on.
Yeah, it is quite chaotic, this show, compared to last week's especially. Like, it does seem like they're just doing this on the fly, basically, from backstage. After the break, Al Snow comes out. He takes over from commentary for a little bit until he gets escorted away.
he puts the headset on head.
We get Triple H declaring that Operation DX is complete. I mean, what have they completed at this point? What have they done?
Really? A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, he says they're going to send they send an animated missile at the CNN building, blowing it up. I mean, Jesus Christ, it looks so shit in 2022 eyes. Like, I'm sure it looked fine back in '98, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, DX are in the ring. It's live, so X-Pac has some things to say about Eric Bischoff. He calls him, Bischoff called him a stooge, didn't he? He called Waltman a stooge of Mr. McMahon.
Yeah,
which is it's fine, but no one in the crowd has any idea what they're talking about. Just Mero's got not really sort of the reaction that it probably should have got. Like, if you were in the know,
because it's X-Pac.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
true.
If it was Scott Hall or Nash doing this, I feel like it would have a bigger impact.
Yeah, true. We get about 5 minutes worth of dick jokes from Triple H, and then we get Owen Hart comes out and says he's got some unfinished business, and he's joined by the rest of the nation, and there we go. We get a match between Triple H and Owen Hart again.
This was a good match.
It was, actually. This was better than their pay-per-view match, WrestleMania, I thought. It goes about 7 minutes here.
Till nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. It's an Owen Hart versus Triple H match. You have to finish it with nonsense, unfortunately. Owen looks good in this. Yeah, it's just a shame that it ends like this. Like, just give us a clean finish between the two.
Yeah.
There's no need for this much shenanigans. Give us an actual finish. At least who can go, and it would be really good to see. I'm looking forward to when Triple H does start to feud with The Rock. Like, that's a good feud, and there's definitive outcomes to those matches.
Yeah.
We get Dustin Runnels out on the ramp next. Not Goldust.
Oh, and he's about to set fire to his Goldust attire and wig.
Yeah. I mean, don't do that, mate. You're nothing without that. No one cares about Dustin Runnels. Yeah. We get a handicap match next. I would say the Funk Boys, but it's not the Funk Boys. It's Terry Funk and Scorpio taking on Kaientai.
It was a good match.
Yeah, good action. Only like 3 or 4 minutes, but some really good action between some excellent cruiserweights.
I like how he goes for the spinning toe hold, and then just keep continuously getting triple teamed to break it up.
Yeah, it finishes obviously the DQ. Bradshaw and Taka come out. When does Taka join Kaientai?
Soon, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it must be. I don't remember a time when he wasn't with Kaientai, but obviously he was.
Yeah.
We get some more backstage stuff. Al Snow's around, doing lots of stuff. He says to Cornette, "This isn't WWE. There's no free tickets here," which is very good. Cornette says to him, "Sorry." Lovely little dig. And probably a complete lie as well. I imagine there were still ticket-in arenas even back then, or papering arenas, as they say. The Nation are out.
I like this promo. So Rock said he's going to his what was it, his feud or whatever was continuing with Steve Austin, and I was like, we're going to see this, and I'm like, I'm going to look forward to this because it's a saga.
Yeah, it will run for 4 or 5 years at this point.
Because it was nice when they did it in the IC, the IC title, and then continue it over. And I was like, yeah, this is a feud. And it didn't feel tiresome. It did maybe towards the end. But
it makes sense, though. Like, you have this big, massive feud. You wouldn't suddenly just think, oh, I forgot about that guy now. I'm on something else. It would always kind of, in real life, be in the back of your head that this guy's always got one over on me. And I like the fact that they kind of trade the wins back and forth throughout the next couple of years.
Yeah.
We get our main event. Austin with his mystery partner taking on The Rock and D'Lo. So, weird choice. You got someone like Mark Henry there, Rock Armour. But D'Lo's the man in Rock's picks to be his partner. Who's Austin's partner, Manny?
It's Vince McMahon in a muscle shirt. Not just any Vince McMahon, muscle shirt Vince McMahon.
I mean, he's the most well put together man in this match, to be fair, because The Rock's got some definite moves going on there, and D'Lo's not great body-wise, and Austin probably the best cushion he ever looked, but still not a body guy. Vince is like a bloody man mountain in there with these guys.
It's weird though, because he still looks small when he's not showing off the guns and stuff like that. When he's wearing like normal clothes, like he just looks like a normal dude, and then suddenly he's been like jacked.
It's very weird. I suppose the power of steroids. Not that it ever hits. Good match. Really good match for 8 minutes. It's all about trying to screw Austin, but this is kind of prime Austin for me. This is what he did. He overcame the odds and he came out on top. It's a no contest, isn't it? That's how it finishes. Because of course, you couldn't have Rock pin D'Lo, Austin pin D'Lo, to win the match. That would be too much, obviously.
No, you needed nonsense with Vince. Vince was trying to look concerned the whole time when Austin was getting like the work done by the Nation.
Yeah.
But then every time they'd point out he's hiding a grin. He's hiding that he's enjoying this.
Yeah. He is a very good actor, I think, Vince. After the match, everyone starts beating up Austin, and Dude Love comes down to beat up Austin, and then Dustin Runnels appears to help out Austin.
What was the point of this brawl? Everyone came out.
Yeah. Yeah. DX come out, Nation already in there. It's just a big old... It's normally how you end like a Royal Rumble go-home show, isn't it, basically?
Or how AEW used to end every show before.
Let's get everyone on the TV.
Yeah, or WCW. WCW was used to end like this.
True, yeah. You'd have the entire NWO in the ring beating up one man.
Yeah.
For no reason. Yeah, weird. Not as good as last week's episode of Raw, that's for sure. Some decent in reaction, though. Hart and Triple H was good. I enjoyed the main event. I thought that was pretty good as well. But just, it didn't quite strike the right balance between nonsense and wrestling this week.
No, but I think we've learned that Raw in this period highly went towards nonsense.
Yeah, true. We've had our one wrestling show. That was last week.
You get your one, and then you got to deal with the rest of the nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, very true, very true. Who's your MVP for this evening?
I'm
tough one, actually.
It's Vince. No, it's Vince.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm all right
if you look through the night, it's Vince.
Yeah, he's the thread holding the entire show together, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Al Snow. I really enjoyed Al Snow's appearances.
The appearances, they were funny.
Yeah. That's what he's been brought in for. It's just a shame that he's that character because he can really go in the ring. He's a really good, solid, sound wrestler, which we'll see, but kind of only in hardcore matches, unfortunately. Your match of the night?
Can I not pick a match of the night? Can I pick a moment of the night?
All right, yeah, go for it.
I want Bradshaw teaching Taka Michinoku how to drive and smoke cigars as my moment of the week.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's the best thing on this episode of Raw, to be honest. So yeah, why not? I'm all for it.
I mean, if I were to choose a match, it'd be Triple H versus Owen Hart, but that ended in some nonsense. So if I'm gonna have nonsense, I want nonsense I really enjoyed, and it was Taka Michinoku in a driver's seat learning how to drive
with a massive Texan next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange, very odd visual. These two will team up at the pay-per-view as well coming up, which is going to be even weirder. But yeah, a really good segment on a very odd episode of Raw. There we go. That is our show for this week. Once again, no appearance from Eric the Bigot. This is new
Eric the Bigot.
Sure you'll pop that on Saturday.
Even put it in comments if you have to. He'll see it. He doesn't watch the shows, but he sees the comments.
There you go. So obviously, if you've watched this, you're already on our YouTube channel, which is at the Sharpshooters on YouTube. But make sure you share that with everyone. Share it on your Facebook page, share it on your Twitter page, share all around the internet, so more people like us and subscribe to us, which they can do at the Sharpshooters on YouTube. You can also email us at thesharpshooters@gmail.com. Send us an email. We'd love to see. We'll have to have something to read out on the show. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? A little bit of audience participation.
Title your email if you want it to Raw is Retro with Raw is Retro in the subject line.
Yeah, there you go. Give us your thoughts on Raw from 1998. I'm sure some of you have gone back and watched it at some point, and some of it's good.
Yeah, we can't be the only ones doing this.
Nah, some people are definitely doing this somewhere. You people are watching our videos, so it's weird that you just watch us talk about it and not go back and watch it yourself. So, like, I'm assuming people are watching it.
People are watching the one I titled "Austin Takes Raw Hostage" because that's nearly 800 views for a Raw is Retro, which I aim for about 50 views because I know we're talking about old stuff. So it's not like anyone really. It's very niche if you want to watch this show.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're fully aware that we're not a very popular market here.
So I aimed the bar at 50 and I was like, okay, it's a good show. But then that one has just gone exponentially like the other way. I was like, why is this at 800 views? What did we do in this episode?
Because it's the regular thumbnail, which is Austin.
I think it's just a title.
You got hostage in there. Yeah, people have we've tapped into a dark side of YouTube.
Maybe we have to just keep typing that.
Yeah, let's go dark. Anyway, that is it for this week. You can find us on those places. Join the Midcard Mess on Facebook, email the show, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the YouTube channel, comment in the comments. And yes, until next week, it's goodbye from me, it's goodbye from Manny. Bye! I hit my mic fan, sorry.
That's staying in.